The most notable effect the Alberta tar sands have on Canadians is employment. The Canadian government predominantly advertises the oil sands as a booming industry. Over the next 25 years, employment in the oil sands is expected to grow from 75,000 jobs in 2010 to just over 900,000 jobs in 2035, with just over 120,000 of those jobs being sourced in provinces outside Alberta. It is estimated that the oil sands will generate approximately $322 billion in tax revenue across Canada, which will go directly to the federal government over the next 25 years.
One of the challenges during operation is, of course, keeping birds off the pond. We make sure that they don't land on the pond by using a state-of-the-art bird deterrent system.
Radar-activated bird deterrent systems are one example of how the industry uses technology to protect wildlife and improve tailings pond operations. Advances in technology have also created drastic reductions in the time it takes to reclaim both tailings ponds and mine sites.
The Department of Biological Sciences from the University of Alberta released a report on the Alberta tar sands. In the report, it states that in October 2010, 547 dead birds were recovered and recorded by operators in the oil sands of Alberta. 457 birds were discovered on toxic waste ponds, which belong to Syncrude Oil. As of today, charges by the Canadian government have yet to be laid against any oil companies regarding this incident. A study done by the Department of Biology at the University of Alberta confirmed that 13 elements deemed priority pollutants by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency's Clean Water Act via air and water were in the Athabasca River. The priority pollutants that were found in the Athabasca River, which exceeded Alberta's guidelines for protection of aquatic life, were copper, lead, mercury, nickel, silver, and zinc.
Area used to be part of one of our original mine pits, and we've been spending a number of years monitoring to make sure that it is up to par to the natural boreal forest. In this area, you will see some of our monitoring equipment. We're looking at the soil, we're looking at making sure that the landscape doesn't erode. We're also looking to make sure the animals and the birds come back and the ecosystem is established. And we're looking at air quality and water quality. We really have to look at all aspects of our reclaimed areas.
And when you fly over, you see that these holding tanks are right on the Athabasca. This nonsense that they've been separated and what the government says it's all protected is just nonsense. One break and the Athabasca would be totally destroyed.
These toxins have been found as far downstream as the Athabasca Delta. We have an economy that's based on this false assumption that we have unlimited supplies of fresh water, and the tar sands are a prime example of this. Currently, tar sands corporations are licensed to withdraw 2.3 billion barrels of water per year. That's actually twice the amount that's used by the entire city of Calgary.
First Nations lands are being directly impacted by tar sands productions, whether it's the actual extraction or whether it's the contamination of water supplies.
There are cancer clusters in these communities that are really disturbing. I mean, where do you find children with bile duct disease, for God's sake? These are children. There are fish that people are catching that have 2 mouths and 3 eyes. I mean, there's something profoundly wrong there. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. And why is the Canadian government not doing something? Why is the Alberta government not doing something about this?
I've always said those candidates that are elected and formed a Progressive Conservative Party caucus of Alberta speak for their constituents. I'm a premier that listens, and that's proven in the last 14 years, and I'll continue to do that.
But he also insists,
I've said many times before, I am not going to follow the Liberal policy of slowing down the economy through government intervention.